In this video, we're enjoying a biking and camping adventure at Gulf State Park in Alabama. Troy and Andrea here, and today we are finally, after many attempts over the last 2 years, riding bikes in Gulf State Park. We are so excited. Now we tried a couple of years ago to come out here. We were supposed to spend a week nearby, and that was the week we got Hurricane Sally. And this took the hardest hit over here, wiped out the pier, all those beautiful boardwalks that we have on this trail that we're looking forward to riding, they got damaged. So we finally tried to come back a few months ago, back in the fall, and don't you know, we got covered in a blanket of fog. But here we are, it's a beautiful spring day. We are so excited. We're camping tonight. We have a beautiful campsite on the water. It is gorgeous, and we can't wait to explore it. Well, that was super cool. We come flying through that boardwalk. We went up over the highway, down to the beach, back again. Don't know how many miles of boardwalk there are in this park, but we just did about 1.9. It was super cool. We're going out over all these marshes, and we can look out just across. We could see the beach at different points, and other times we're just surrounded by trees and wildlife. It is so beautiful. I love it. Hope we get to see some more of that.
So another fascinating thing that we have enjoyed about this park is the fact that we set up camp and then got on our bikes. We have not had to cross any highways or roads, and you just go miles and miles. There's no traffic or anything, so it just crisscrosses all across this park. There is over 20 miles. I think Andrea said there's around 26 miles of trails in here, and there's all kinds of benches. There's places to pull off. There's all kinds of overlooks. There's all kinds of places to get water. They have mile markers, everything you need to really enjoy a great time out here on your bike. Or as you see, sometimes there are people hiking, riding their skateboards and all kinds of stuff. It's just a great place to ride.
All right, so we just have this one pan that we're trying to cook with and be creative and cook 3 different things. So I started out with the vegetables. I did some red pepper, sweet onion, zucchini, and yellow squash. And I cut those up. I cooked those up first, set them aside, and then I threw in these veggie burgers. This is one of our favorite kinds. There's not very many I can eat because they have soy, but these are soy free, so I have those. And now we cooked those. We're gonna put those on the plate. And I cooked in my pressure cooker right before we left this yellow rice. And so I just reheated that in the pan when the vegetables were ready. So we're gonna throw some of that in there. Got our yellow rice. I have my veggies, putting that on. More veggies, yummy, yummy. And then my favorite condiment ever, tahini. I love this on rice and vegetables, it's so good. Pretty good. Yeah, it's good. How do you like it? To day 2 of our adventure here at Gulf State Park. We are back out on the trails again today. Yesterday we finished out the day with 10 miles and we had a blast. The weather was beautiful. It was a perfect day to ride and we're back out again today. We don't know how many miles we'll get in because there are a few spots repairing hurricane damage, but what we're on so far is beautiful. There's a lot of areas that are freshly paved asphalt, so that's been really nice and just such a great time. We stopped, we found this little picnic table. It is underneath a canopy of magnolia trees. I love magnolias, and we got right next to us tons of buds. They're about ready to pop. It is gonna be loaded with the magnolias in about another week, but it is beautiful. We're having another beautiful day and another great time.
So this morning we got up from an interesting night of camping. We had a good night of camping. It's our first time to ever set up our tent in driving wind. The wind gusts were up to around 20 to 25 miles an hour yesterday. They're actually up in the 20s again today. And we were right on a lake, and so the wind was coming right at our tent. So that was a challenge, but our tent held up well. I tied it off to a couple of trees just to make sure, but that was all good. We slept very well. It was very comfortable. Had a beautiful campsite. There's a lot of great campsites here at the Gulf State Park. Just every one of them are spread out, and so you're very comfortable. Everybody's very friendly. You got plenty of space in between, so you can put a tent up or put in a big RV. They have everything you could think of when it comes to camping and all the amenities, including a camp store. So after we got up and got everything together, had our coffee and breakfast and everything, and broke down camp, we went over to the pavilion area where they have all kinds of amenities. Like, for example, they have a really nice pool and a splash pad, have a place to play tennis and things like that, as well as a wonderful nature center that has different animals and stuff that you can see, and all kinds of interactive things for the kids. And then of course a camp store and some restrooms there, and everybody was real friendly. The camp store has just about anything that you would need if you're in a bind or anything for camping. It's just a great place, and you could also rent bikes at the camp store. Now you can rent bikes at the camp store, which are a specific type of bike, but there's also a bike share program here in the park where you can scan a QR code and then you can rent a bike that way as well. So if you don't have a bicycle and you want to come check this out, this is a great place to come. You don't need to bring a bike. They got plenty here. Just come and rent one and enjoy the trails.
Is it just me, or does anybody else think of that episode of The Office when they see parkour? Well, here we are. We're at the far corner of the park from where we started out this morning. We're at a trailhead called Rattlesnake Ridge. And don't worry, we didn't see any rattlesnakes along the way. I was a little worried about that, but we did good, and we're up here. I realized last night that this might be my new favorite. When I was thinking about it, this is the first time we've ridden a trail that's more of a system of trails. You know, all the other trails that we do, Rails to Trails and some of the others, it has a definite end point, begin point and end point, so you know how many miles you're going. This one's a little different. It's more of a system of trails. There's little mini trails and loops. They're all marked individually, so you don't have, you know, where you're starting at mile 0 and ending up at mile 30 or whatever it may be. But it is amazing. We really love this trail. We had a goal to start out down by the water tower, make it all the way up here to the trailhead at Rattlesnake Ridge and head back, and we hit our goal. So now we're going to be heading back. It's a great system of trails.
Okay, this is one of the really cool things about this park that we were really hoping to see, and it's this little campground. And they have these glamping tents, which is even more glamping and glamorous than the big tent that we stayed in last night. These things are already set up and they're absolutely so cool. And they shut down during the hurricane, but it looks like they're back in good shape, so they're probably renting them back out now. We just need to check on that. We'll put a link down below or a description or something, but we saw these as we were going back towards the trailhead where we started out, and saw this and just had to stick our head in here and take a quick look. They're so cool.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends. Let's be more than friends. Yeah.
Well, that was an awesome ride. We had so much fun. I love this park. I can't wait to come back again. We finished out the day with another 20 miles. Added to our 10 yesterday. We got 30 for the weekend.
Thanks for joining Andrea and me on another one of our little adventures.